All right, getting ready to start the trail. There it is right behind me. There's another rhododendron tunnel. There's lots of them out here. That was a pretty good pull up the mountain, but still only about a third of the way to the camp. Still walking in the shade. Stopped for a quick lunch at the, what is it, Wrinkled Maple or something shelter. It's a nice shelter, double hide. And everyone's, not a whole lot of signatures in the logbook, but there are people still hiking on the trail ahead of me. And this snack was good. 3 hours into the hike, 7 miles down. Now we're getting into the Laurel Canyon. All the laurel blooming. Still mostly cloudy, but breaks the sunshine. And on to the climb. Climb just before Indian Grave Gap. Okay, that's quite the trail. Up and up and up. And then it's going to go down to 395 and Indian Grave Gap. There's one big landmark, 395 Indian Grave Gap. And just like that, back on the trail. Now this is just a power line between me and Beauty Spot and 395. But if this is the preview of coming attractions, man, look at that down there. All the flowers. And up here, here's Beauty Spot. Half a mile left to go to the campsite where I can get some water and hang my tent or my hammock, because as you can see there's not a whole lot of places except maybe down there at the parking lot. Don't want to camp at the parking lot. Starting day 2. Got the sunset last night. Took some pictures over there with about 3 dozen other people. Boy, that was the place. They said something about camping up there. Kind of glad I didn't. Boy, it was windy last night. But getting ready for breakfast, and then I'll hit the trail. And it was right about here I realized I should have waterproofed my boots before I got on the trail. A little bit of dewy in the morning, but it's still a pretty ride, and the shoes aren't that wet. So starts the long climb up Unica Mountain, or Unica, or however you want to say it. Still climbing. I'm going to call this the top of Unica Mountain. It says it's a dense spruce forest. Yes, it is. The trail is such that you just kind of have to go from blaze to blaze because it's all the same ground. All right, so that's the climb for today, and next stop is lunch. So coming down from the Unica Peak, Unica Mountain, Unica, whatever. I just thought this was a beautiful part of the trail. You gotta just look for the blazes because the spruce needle floor is just so stark. Everything's the same. Much easier coming down than going up. Made it to the Cherry Gap shelter. So I have 6 miles down, 8 miles to go, or thereabouts. And lunchtime, finally. Just back on the trail. I got 9 miles, not the whatever I said at the shelter, 6 or 7 or 8 or whatever. 9 miles from the shelter to to the campsite. More typical AT. Well, this is day 3. Stayed at the Clyde Smith shelter last night. I didn't do a arrival message because I was like the 4th person into this shelter, and there are 2 more after me. I was the only one who stayed in the shelter. Everyone else tent camped. But well, I was beat yesterday. It was a 16 mile day. Today's supposed to be 15 and a half. But this is supposed to be nice views today. Didn't get any views anyways, all forest. But if I have any views, I'll be able to take some pictures. I'm a bit of electronic crunch because the phone was nearly dead. The watch was threatening, so I didn't get to recharge this battery. So I don't know how much of the video I'm going to get on this camera, but I do have some. Anyway, if I see anything, I'll click back in. Here's the first view of hopefully many. I think this. Well, I made it to Hughes Gap in good time. It's an hour and a half to get here, 3.3 miles. Getting ready to start the big climb, 5 miles and 2,200 feet. And on my way. Give you a call from the top. I've been going by rhododendron after rhododendron with nary a bloom, but I hope it gets better. This is really good though. Anyway, I think I'm about halfway up this mountain, so it's not too bad. It's just long. Okay, I guess that was the top of the big climb, and one more moderate climb to go. I just saw this meadow, thought it was pretty, had to stop and take a video, but yeah, this ain't so bad. Felt like I was going to die yesterday. This ain't so bad at all. Of course, I may change my tune another 13 miles. Roan Highlands Shelter. Finally a moment of peace, but not for long. Lots of people up here, and sounds like I'm probably going to move on after my planned stop. I'm ahead of schedule, so things are working good. I got the big hike behind, the big climb behind me, so enjoy. OMG, this is insane. The entire planet is up here, Carver's Gap. So just keep my northbound track, see what I have to find, and I'm sure there's going to be people on top of people and more people. Oh well. So here at Carver's Gap, you can see there's a lot of rhododendron. Just a little early for the peak. They're starting to bloom, but not there yet. Round-balled. You can see the sign behind me, I hope. Get your view. See if I can get out of the way. Nobody here hardly at all. Heading over to Jane Bald. You can probably see it behind me. I always love it when there's a crowd on the trail, especially the dogs. Anyway, I won't spend long up there. Picture or two and on the way. Okay, over mountain shelter. You'd think this was a public campground. Oh, I guess it kind of is. This is insane. I'm gonna keep going. 2 more miles. Hopefully that's not crowded. This is crazy. Crazy. Finally, a bald without a million people on it. Here, take the view this direction. It's the top of Little Hump Bald. 360 view here, if you can see behind me. And once again, yeah, there's a lot of people. Okay, that is the 18-mile day. Tomorrow should be 6 and change. All set up. Got water close by. Got a view of tomorrow's hike. And you can see some people have set up the night there. That's easy. One last mountain. It's go home day, and it's before dawn. And I'm ready to go. It's threatening rain. It's supposed to rain later on. I couldn't hardly sleep anyway, so I figured, yep, might as well go. The last hump, it's all downhill from here. Well, here I am in the last half mile of the 50-mile hike, 51 and 0.2. And you know, I've always said that it takes 3 days in the wilderness to reset your brain. I think it takes 4 now, because you know, the first day was a mad dash because I was a little late. Second day, boy, it was hard climbing up that hill, and then making it to camp, I thought I was a dead man. The next day, I hiked 18 miles, hiked further than the second day, and the only thing that hurt were my feet, which brings me up to what I learned. I learned pop the ibuprofen early and often. I need to get better insoles for my hiking boots. And same thing with waterproofing the outside, because even though the trail forecast is going to be dry, there's always dew in the morning.